I know not what course others may take, but as for me, give me liberty or give me death. Hey, it's the Chief bonding with board games and RPGs. So we're returning to Casimir and his younger brother Alec have been militialized into the Nationals, into Bartek's Polish national military, whatever they are, 70 person strong, in the midst of platooning up citizens of Gniezno with their people to do an attack on the compound that Kane Krieg is running. Casimir and Alec have been given a task to developing intel for Major McGiffin and Kane Krieg and Pacheco. They've done it. They've gotten really quite a bit of information. Again, the last episode, but they know how many nationals they are. They know that they're, at least on the day that they showed up, there were 140 citizens that were working with Bartek's nationals and getting put into different platoons, and a map of the compound, so no doubt there, with focus locations for penetrating that compound by these different militia groups. No additional weapons seen, at least at this point in time. It's just what they happen to have on them, but some making of Molotovs. They're not prisoners, but they've definitely been placed into a like a compound or a building, a base of operations for their group. They're fed, and there could be some more intel to gain, but that's also a treasure trove. They are aware of once you're in and you're not supposed to be leaving. So the big question is that enough? Have they gotten enough? I actually think yes. I think they've gotten all they need. On top of that, Casimir and Alec have even found a little hidey hole, their own little den, that they could retreat to if things go bad at the compound. But let's leave it up to the fate chart and the dice. I think it is very unlikely that they would stay. Now, that being said, we're at a chaos factor of 7, which means it's 50-50 that they still would. But we'll go with very unlikely that they will stay. And let's see what happens. 84, so no, they will not stay. They're going to make their exit at night. So we've got, the kids are actually very mobile. I've got them statted up. Their agility is A, mobility is A. They need to sneak out, and we'll see if they're successful at doing that now. So that is 2 12-sided die, had the right one, and they could be caught here trying to sneak out of Bartek's training area, compound, whatever this is. Let's see. Are they successful? No! Try that again. All the way off the table. Are they successful in sneaking out? Mobility and agility, 12. Ooh, 8. Little tighter than we thought. I picture like they're creeping out of their building that they're in, and there are guards posted, and there's fire barrels burning, and it's stick to the shadows and worm their way out of there. But it is not a simple factor. They get out, and then the question is, can they get back all the way Can they get back all the way at night to the compound? I think they could, and I think they would. I don't even need to roll on that. They would. I was thinking maybe they would go to their den, but why? They left some food there, but there's tons of food back at the compound. Why not leave the food in their hidey hole? If things go south at this compound, they can get out of there. So the question is, they got out of Bartek's area safely. A random event. It is night. We'll go with the cards. It's nighttime. I will do a recon roll for these fellas, for these kids, which isn't too good. We got a C and a B. So we're going to be doing the 10-sided die and the 8-sided die. Got it? And I just want to see kind of like Overwatch. Are they in a successful Overwatch? How carefully are they moving? 10 and a 4, so that's 2 successes. Yes. Very alert, very cautious, moving as these agile kids would. And let's see, so they'll have a chance of dodging this if it's bad stuff. That's an order. Ooh, it's 10 of spades. It is on a road, but it does list during the day. It does not list as a night exchange here. So it has band of stragglers, but they're not moving at night, so there's no random event that's going to occur there. So is it a simple walk in the park? I mean, the recon's up. They got to get back. I think they're going to have to use their stealth, because clearly with the level of activity at Bartek's base of operations and the planning, you know the compound's under some very close observation. It's just a guarantee. The kids got out without being seen. Can they get in without being observed by these same spies? And I think this would be their agility as well, because if this goes south, so we're looking at 2 D12s. If they fail this, would it be agility? They're moving in, they're moving stealthy. We've got the recon, they're going to have a chance to see it. Would it be better to just roll, are they spotted? I think it would be. Rather than that, I think it is actually very unlikely they'll be spotted. But with a chaos factor of 7, that's still 50-50. Are they spotted trying to get back to the compound or get into the compound? 64. No. They are not. These are some stealthy, agile kids. Kane and Krieg picked the right kids to send. So I actually thought that might not go their way. So they stealth all the way back into the compound. And I think it's nighttime. They find their way all the way stealthily to Pacheco. Wherever Pacheco hangs his hat, wherever he beds down for the night, and they find their brother kind of at the same time. They're kind of, it's almost like Pacheco's adopted these kids. Wherever he's forded up, the 12-year-old brother, who was Edic, I think it's Edic and Alec. That makes sense, and Casimir. He finds them. The kids report to Pacheco. And Pacheco is like, oh, gold mine. He goes straight to Canaan. Now remember, 48th law, Canaan is doing the assume formlessness. It's like water, he's just flowing. And I think with that in mind, Canaan is actually on this one going to step back a little bit, using that 48th law, it said something about people not knowing your plans. Let me just revisit this. That's what this book does for me. I'm not reading the whole chapter. There's these little breakdowns in the front. So assume formlessness. By taking a shape, by having a visible plan, you open yourself up to attack. So he's not having one other than he wants the gold. Instead of taking a form for your enemy to grasp, keep yourself adaptable and on the move. Accept the fact that nothing is certain. No law is too fixed. The best ways to protect yourself is to be as fluid and formless as water. Never bet on stability or lasting order. Everything changes. I like it. Even the kids are using that. They use that with finding their other little fort that they can handle. So Kanan isn't going to even step to the forefront with this. He tells Pacheco, take the kids to Major McGiffin and have him brief. So he's handing that off and staying, I think, in the background on this one. Maybe his point is it's really got to be the major that's going to, this is like the major's wheelhouse, organized defense. How is that to be done? Pacheco takes the kids report, and it is a gold mine. The first sergeant's there, First Sergeant Wilson. They relate kind of, it's not like any kind of photographic memory, but they know their section was going to be attacking in the southwest portion. The kids remember that the farm, you're seeing the map now, the farmland that's there, that the farmers themselves that are on the compound are using as well. It's a huge area of farmland, as well as they've got little vegetable plots and stuff within the compound. But they were talking about how on the map there were no points of major attack across that open area. It just looked too easy to be defended, but that there was attacks basically around near the roads, anywhere where there were buildings. But they know their particular point was a secondary gate that's on the southwestern side of the compound. They also point out that at least they could tell the cannon, the howitzer, they call it the cannon, was marked at the front as well. Clearly in view, so that's not a surprise. The kids have no idea when this is going to happen, but the major is very surprised by the number of militia, Bartek's militia, and what was being trained up just on the day they were there. So the stage is set. I believe what the major immediately starts to do with his first sergeant is get the NCOs together and to start coming up with some repelling plans for what is an impending attack that they don't think is a week away. They're talking days. So as the major's kicking in plans, the word goes out to not do anything too overt. They don't want to tip their hand that they know an attack is coming. So I'll have to think on, and I guess you would, areas that can't be seen from locations, you would sandbag up, make sure you've got secure buildings, probably, I don't know, people on rooftops, I don't know. So I'll have to think on that. But McGiffin nods at the First Sergeant Wilson, and says, let's kit these kids up. And in like pride and honor and achievement, they're presented, even Alec and Edic, who didn't even go, Edic, are presented with, it's going to have to be like the shortened Car 15 or whatever, the smaller M16. if anyone's ever shot the M16, it shoots with almost no recoil, so there's no problem for the 10-year-old. And I think the first sergeant brings over an E5, a sergeant, and says, whatever, Sergeant Clifton. Was Clifton a sergeant? I don't think so. We'll go with Sergeant Goupilon. Yeah, that's it. Show the boys how to keep their weapons clean. And off they go to kind of get a system on how you keep your M16s or your carbines up and working. And preparation is started. So, no conflict on this one. Stealthily moving around. I thought they might have to fight their way back in or clear, but they don't. I think word goes out to everyone on the compound to stay low key, but everybody's got to have their full rifle and kit on them at all times. An attack is imminent, and there is a meeting called for our next episode with the lead farmer, with Pim Jim, the Marauder Jan or Jan, and the military crew on how they're going to defend. And that is where we'll open up. I think the next episode will be the plan of defense, which I'll have to think about on what they would do. And then the attack. And we'll see how that goes. And we'll come off from the game, I think. I don't know how long the attack. It may take multiple episodes to work through the attack. But when the attack is completed and let the chips fall where they fall, that will be the end of season 1. So we're moving into the final phases of season 1. It'll culminate in this large attack on the compound, the defense therein, and we'll see how that goes. Whew. I'm excited, kind of looking forward to it. So, before we end, please, 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 thumb this up if you like it. I love the comments. If you have any comments at all, put them in. I'm not just saying that to boost some comments. I don't have enough viewers coming in where the comments would somehow boost me. But if you like a particular thing, it's always nice to hear, hey, I liked how you did that. I am still very new to RPGs, so if you're a seasoned RPG person, first thing I know is I've got some buddies that have been RPG and heavy for years. So I don't think I'm far afield, and I've been told, hey, do it your way. Obviously try to follow the rules of the game and work through some stuff, but I've already tricked it out with some of these things I'm doing here. If I do anything dumb, please let me know. I did one dumb thing for sure, and the commenters let me know, and I fixed that. The dumb thing was the dice went against kind of what I thought was going to happen, so I gave them a second try with some narration. And I heard about it, and I recognized that could be a problem, and now we just go with what the dice do and what feels right. Some questions I have that maybe you could answer is, sometimes for me, the specific one-on-one combats kind of devolve a little bit. I mean, it's, you're rolling on this and this and this, and I'm going to continue doing those, and I'm going to use the system that comes with Twilight 2000 for that. The waylaying of the technical was one where they all just kind of fired up, and I didn't hear any complaints, so I think that worked fine. I'm going to try to keep the story and the attacks flowing, though, in a narrative way. And I'll try not to get too much into just boom, 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 whatever that means. But again, let me know what you like and what you don't like, or what you would like more of or less of if you get a chance. And I'll leave that at this point in time. Please subscribe. My subscribe numbers are going down. I think I got a lot of war gamers or board gamers that are not quite sure of the RPG stuff. So if you like the RPG stuff, please help me out. And when we return, we'll see what defense gets put up and then how the attack goes. All right? Oh, with all the negativity, I've been trying to end with a positive, or at least at the end of the third episode of the trilogies I do. Let's just go here. This is honors those who serve. Random page here. I know not what course others may take, but as for me, give me liberty. Liberty? Let me try one more clean take. I know not what course others may take, but as for me, give me liberty or give me death. Patrick Henry. Very nice. That actually kind of, these aren't necessarily good people that are in here. The liberty might be on the other side. The nationalistic Bartek and the citizens attacking this compound. That might be their catchphrase, not the compounds. I gotta keep remembering, we're kind of the bad guys here. Not all of them. I like Pacheco and the kids. Sanchez is interesting. Let's see where all that goes. All right, see you guys. Bye.